really adversity to even put this kind of drive together.
And that time Moore brought down.
Yeah, because I thought the same thing.
3rd down and 3. Moore left side, head down, boy, near the goal line. Markle, touchdown, Dallastown.
And that's got to rebuild his confidence from what happened on the last time they were that close to the goal line. And this is a terrific surge by the offensive line. Markle ducks in right behind him and follows the big guys up front.
So an answer for the Wildcats, and exactly what they needed, a time-consuming, grinded-out, smash-mouth drive that results in a touchdown. Hogue to hold, Rossi to kick, and it's good. So 9:37 to go in the half, and now,
because the biggest challenge will be on the other side of the football, stopping York High.
Contrast the scoring drive. Dallastown 14 plays, almost 7 minutes off the clock. Markle with the 1-yard touchdown run. Back to just the regular car.
Long time, it'll probably be a bit. Well,
maybe next week. Yeah, maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
You're right. Rossi to kick it, and I almost think he's going to kick away from Mr. Roscoe, and that's exactly what he does, trying to angle it over to the sideline. Nelson takes it, trying to get to this side, makes a cut, 30, 35, and out to about the 39 is Brandon Nelson. Boy, there's Elvin Harrison in there at fullback for York High, and he's got the football and picks up maybe about and pound it at you up the middle.
Right, and a fullback like Van Davis, too, once he breaks the line of scrimmage, has the ability to make linebackers and defensive backs miss.
Mosley keeps, pitches back to Roscoe. Roscoe driven out of bounds, and speed and quickness with this York High team. I mean, it's really noticeable. I'm sure you're noticing it at home as well. Mosley, oh, what a great cut at the line of scrimmage by Mosley. Fumbles the football, and Dallastown has it. And a flag flies late after the play, but Dallastown is going to end up with the football.
Here's Mosley working his way through the defensive backfield. Right there is where Wentland strips the football. It's on the ground. St. Ange goes after it.
Wentland clearly has it at that point. And you can see the flag comes in late, and well, we only see, we don't hear what happens down there, so hard to make a judgment. But Dallastown will take the turnover, that's for sure. They have it at the 26, and now the Wildcats have an opportunity to really get back into this football game. Oh man, and this time Moore popped an 8. Again, touches back to the inside.
Yardage now, but this has got a wear and tear on him over the course of the football game.
Has a Sweeney in there on the tackle as well for York High. 3rd down and a long 4.
This is where you got to think Blake Miller, number 36. He is their leading receiver. It would also be a great time to utilize a tight end. They don't throw to the tight end an awful lot.
And a fumble again, and I think York High got this one. And once again, the exchange between Rossi and this time Moore, not a good one, and York High gets another turnover. Ronald Simpson recovers the fumble for the Bearcats. I think you might be able to get a good look at this one, Craig, and just see that this exchange, not you can because we were following the lead blocker Markle there, but you see that Moore really never had control of the football. Mosley looking to throw, has a receiver, and incomplete, intended for Monty McMillian. And Mosley, as you mentioned earlier, Craig, just throws the near hash mark. It'll be interesting to see if Yorkite goes wide. Do they go to the short side, or do they go to the wide side? And they're going to go off tackle left. Roscoe breaking tackle, and he is gone. Touchdown, York High. And that was a lot of speed at the end, but there was power in the beginning of that run, Craig.
Yeah, he's a terrific runner, Chris. This is a guy that I think is big-time football player. He can play at the top collegiate level, and he can play very well. Why? Because of the things you talked about, the ability to show power. Watch this. He's off tackle. He gets hit. He keeps the feet moving. He runs away from the tackle, and now he breaks to the outside and heads to the corner. And watch how he just kind of shucks Connor Wetland here at the end. Wetland makes one last effort, and it just kind of comes off of him.
And the extra point blocked by Blake Miller, but still a big score for York High as the two teams traded turnovers, and the Bearcats come away with a touchdown run by Roscoe to extend the lead to 27-7, 6:58 to go here until halftime. You know, Craig, I looked at the roster here, and they have Jason Roscoe listed at 5'9", 172 pounds. I think he's a little bigger than that.
It's bigger than that to me.
Two plays, 30 yards to 30-yard touchdown run by Roscoe. Another touchdown, 30 or more yards for the Bearcats. Actually, our statistics have Roscoe listed at 6 foot, 177 pounds. That sounds a little more like Roscoe's size rather than that 5'9". Simpson to kick it away. Wentland angling up and falls as he catches the ball about the 19-yard line. Answer here for these quick strikes of the Bearcats. Miller and Hogue split out here to the near side. Moore spinning off tacklers and out across the 25.
12-29. So these are very fine runners, and you keep in mind that both these guys have other complementary runners that are doing well this year as well.
Second down and 5. Second back is Wentland, and Wentland gets hit and stopped. Van Davis, Mr. Wentland, meet Mr. Davis.
And of course, Wentland, as a sophomore, a much lighter player than is Chris Moore. So the defensive backers are looking to get a good lick on Connor Wentland. So man, I like tackling this guy a whole lot better than Chris Moore. Another year or two, it won't be as much fun.
Right.
As he gets bigger.
Third down and 4. Going to Wentland, running room, look out, 40. Wentland showing speed to the outside, 35, and dragged out of bounds at the 31.
A duo with Moore getting the bulk of the carries. This is a great move to get Moore a break here. He's been carrying the ball a lot and getting hit a lot.
Rossi to Wentland, bounces off of the tackler.
You know, Chris, you said this from the first time we saw Connor Wentland.
Moore to the short side, running room, and down near the 20. That's going to be close to another down, leading Moore to the corner and giving Dallastown a first down.
Chris Moore over 100 yards with that carry. 21 carries, 104 yards.
Carry number 22 And Moore, boy, what a surge.
How quick they score will also be a factor.
Yeah.
Whether or not York
They leave enough time
to sting them again.
Right, if they leave enough time for the Bearcats. So it's just outside the 10, possible for Dallastown to get a first down without scoring. Moore, left side, down. Second down and 5. Markle and Moore again in the backfield. Well, you got to think it's going to go back to Moore again. And it does on that counter give, and Moore, touchdown, Wildcats.
And I'll tell you what, he ran extremely hard that time, as he always does, but what a terrific lead block again by Nevin Markle.
So Dallastown answers once again, and the question remains, Craig, I think you've nailed it. Can Dallastown stop York High?
It's essentially what this game is boiling down to. We said at the outset, York High, a big play offense. Look at that lead block. Boy, the line did a terrific job, too.
Yep.
Big hole that time for Chris Moore.
So Rossi in for the extra point. Hogue to hold it. And everything is good. So 2:44 to go until half. York High 27. Dallastown 14, and it's
scoring where York High will continue to put plays on the board. Dallastown will get some drives like this. 8 plays, 80 yards, 4 minutes and 14 seconds with the score by Chris Moore and our Stettler Dodge scoring drive. So good drive again by the Wildcats in terms of clock management, time management, taking time off the clock.
Well, what Stettler Dodge lost. And
York High Bearcat Marching Band will be with us for this week's halftime show. We had a terrific pregame show by the Wildcat Marching Band here on Senior Night.
Rossi kicking it to the side and high and short. Van Davis takes the ball, goes up the middle, and Davis, boy, a hard runner as Van Davis gets it out to the 43.
An eternity.
Plenty of time.
For the Bearcats, an eternity.
Second back, Sweeney. And Sweeney picks up a couple.
But that's a tall order.
Yeah.
A real tall order, because York High hitting on all 8 cylinders here in the first half on offense.
Davis gets it out to about mid.
The fullback toss option from the quarterback to the tailback, or to the wingback in Jason Roscoe. And Dallastown getting a lot of blue shirts around the football that time. So first time York's been in third down situation.
And they pitch it to Roscoe to the corner. First down, York High.
Just got terrific speed. Here's just a quick toss to the halfback Roscoe to the outside, and
boy, nice seal block.
Excellent seal block.
That was Tazza Sweeney, and just a great block on the corner. First and 10. Mosley keeps, makes a guy miss, and Mosley hanging onto the football pretty loosely, but they're going to call him down by contact, so notes, but watch how he's carrying the ball, Craig.
There's the fake to the fullback. Now, I thought he was going to pitch, but he tucked it under, but fairly loosely, and here he really opens up, trying to get the extra yardage in. Good call by the official. He was down, and the fumble caused by the ground, which obviously is no fumble at all.
40 seconds and counting until halftime. Remember, York High with no timeouts. Mosley to pitch back to Roscoe, and Roscoe wisely just falls on it out at the 39. Here from Dallastown, and there you see it. First quarter that was dominated by the Bearcats. A second quarter that saw the Wildcats come back a little bit. And at halftime, it's York High 27, Dallastown 14.
18 minutes of this first half. York High didn't even have the football for 6 minutes in the first half, and yet they've got 27 points on the board. Is that a big play offense or what? I say yes, it is, and clearly shown that by that particular play. As a matter of fact, Dallastown ran twice as many plays than the Bearcats. They ran 34 plays in the first half to just 17 for the Bearcats. And you can take a look at the rest of the statistics there. Rushing, pretty much even. And that one big bomb from Mosley.
Top team Greencastle second, Muhlenberg third, and Exeter and Elizabethtown are currently tied for fourth.
It seems as though in the 90s, Mannheim Central just reloads.
Yeah, and in Class AA, York County could be represented by two teams, both Littlestown and West York. Currently, Littlestown, the number one seeded team in the District 3, and West York seeded fourth, which could set up a rematch with those two
just
teams.
as it did last year. West York won both. Littlestown winning the first game this year. We'll see.
Rossi to kick it, and he's going to kick it away this time and drive back. Roscoe inside the 5. Roscoe trying to get by Blake Miller. Makes him miss. Makes some more guys miss. Look out! Open field. Wetland needs to get Roscoe. Can't do it. Still open. And from behind.
And I'll tell you what,
Mike Ketterman kick it away to Roscoe.
It looked like a good strategy. He drove him way back, but watch this. This is, as I think I heard Bo Rule say, a 70-yard return to get not quite half the field. He is all over the place here, making people miss. Maybe we'll get back to that later in the game.
Mosley keeps, get into the neutral zone, and here goes Roscoe on his little jaunt through the borough of Dallastown.
Right, and like you said, if Kaddish wouldn't have come back and really gotten him from behind, I think he was ready to go.
I think he was
had pretty much eluded every blue shirt that was chasing. Here's a good block from Van Davis from the backside, totally clean. And there you see the catch up.
Mosley, the pitch out. Roscoe makes one guy miss and driven out of bounds. Boy, I'll tell you, you just don't tackle that. That kickoff return probably wore Roscoe out.
I say maybe right after that would have been a good time for a break. Coach, take me out.
Davis. Oh, first, I think it's going to be a first down, and if it is, they need something to break sort of the chain of what's going on here.
Conversely, J.T. Martin wants his team to hold on to the football and continue to mount up.
And I don't think it was intended to do that. I believe Mosley turned and looked for a ball carrier, didn't see what he liked, and or didn't like what he saw rather, and ended up keeping the football, picking up 2. Roscoe, left side. Here he goes again.